Hello, I'm Craig Brailsford, and welcome to another episode of Small Stocks, Big Money. For those of you new to the show, RedChip is an investor relations, media, and research firm focused on emerging growth companies. Our unique platform combines global multimedia with traditional investor relations, reaching investors around the world. Now, today's show features interviews with the executives of two public companies. First up is FatPipe Incorporated. FatPipe is a pioneer in secure, software-defined networking technologies that simplify and fortify enterprise connectivity. The company develops and markets enterprise-class software solutions, including software-defined wide-area networking, secure access service edge, and network monitoring services that enable customers to unify, secure, and optimize their digital infrastructure across cloud, hybrid, and on-premise environments. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Up next is Foremost Clean Energy. Foremost Clean Energy is a rapidly growing North American uranium exploration company holding an option to earn up to a 70% interest in 10 underexplored properties from Denison Mines. The portfolio spans more than 330,000 acres within a prospective area of the Athabasca Basin, surrounded by high-grade deposits. Driven by the resurgent nuclear renaissance, Foremost is dedicated to realizing the full potential of its projects, actively exploring in collaboration with Denison. Foremost also has a portfolio of lithium projects at various stages of development, which are located across more than 55,000 acres in Manitoba and Quebec. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Before we dive into our first interview, let's take a look at some of RedChip's top performers in 2024. Among them, Red Cat, up an incredible 1,293% in 2024. Alliance Entertainment, soaring by 842%, Gorilla Technology, which gained 250%, and Nova Minerals, up 149%. These companies have demonstrated the immense potential of the small-cap market. Before we move forward, let's take a look at RedChat, a revolutionary AI chatbot for small-cap stock analysis.
For 32 years, RedChip has been discovering tomorrow's blue chips today with early research on Starbucks, Celsius, Daktronics, Winnebago, and more. Now we bring you RedChat, an innovative AI solution which gives you answers in seconds on over 2,000 small-cap stocks listed on the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. Visit redchip.com today and use RedChat, your AI small-cap assistant. RedChat.
Now, let's move on to our quote of the week. It comes from the book, Small Stocks, Big Money. Work hard, be a long-term thinker, develop tenacity, and remember, nothing happens without taking calculated risks. This quote comes from Phil Sassower of Phoenix Group, and it is featured in Chapter 9 of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book of exclusive interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon today for just $18. Now, let's get started with our first interview today with FatPipe. Today we have Dr. Bhaskar Ragula, President and CEO of FatPipe Networks, trading on the NASDAQ under the ticker FATN. Dr. Bhaskar, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be on your show.
And also, congratulations on that recent IPO on the NASDAQ. Now, for viewers who may be new to this space, what exactly does FatPipe do, and why is your technology essential in today's enterprise networking environment?
Thank you. Very good question, actually. In a 30-second line, we take multiple data lines from multiple data carriers like AT&T, Verizon, Lumen, and we combine them into one single corporate network in a seamless manner with high security, high bandwidth, and high reliability and redundancy. So essentially, you could be anywhere in the world, your company, and you can take any local last mile technology and we can give you a very high security, high reliability, high redundancy, and high bandwidth network. So that's what we do.
Bhaskar, let's turn to the software-defined wide area networks, or SD-WAN. That market alone projected to grow to more than $17 billion by 2030. How is FatPipe positioned to capture a meaningful share of it?
Yeah. So far, we were self-funded. Now that we are public, we have the ability to raise the funds needed to grow our business. So we are aggressively focused on adding more salespeople, both in the United States and some other parts of the world, to capture part of that growing market. Pretty much all the money we raise is targeted for sales growth, and hopefully that will help us capture a significant part of that market.
You've built a network of more than 100 reseller partners. How does that engine help drive FatPipe's growth?
Yes, our primary sales channel is the channel partners. They account for most of our sales. And our focus now is to add more salespeople who will focus on the channel partners to help them succeed. For instance, we have pretty much all the major networking channel partners in the country, and the additional funds that we have raised will help us grow the relationship with the channel partners to help them sell more FatPipe.
FatPipe has a portfolio of 13 foundational patents. What are some of the key innovations that set your platform apart?
All the patents are very unique technology that provide the highest level of transmission security, reliability, and speed. And they all help us provide a product that has the best product in the market for corporate communications, intra-corporate communications, as well as helping cities and counties take care of their citizens.
Bhaskar, could you break down that subscription model for us? How do your 36 to 60-month contracts contribute to long-term visibility and cash flow?
Yes, our 36-month and 60-month contracts are really good for us as a company because we have a steady revenue flow and it's spread over multiple years. And the fact that we have good visibility on these customers gives us good visibility on the revenue stream and the cash flow stream over the next 36 months to 60 months. In an independent survey by Software Reviews last year, 100% of the customers they reviewed said they will renew the service, and 96% said they will recommend our product to others. So that gives us a significant amount of comfort in the fact that these customers are loyal to us, and we can count on the revenues for the next 36 months to 60 months. So that gives a lot of visibility into the future.
With decades of experience between you and your co-founder, how are you leveraging that history of innovation to shape FatPipe's future in what is, of course, a rapidly evolving network landscape?
Yeah, our most important focus is the customer. We are always talking to our customer. I am talking to our customer, our CTO is in front of the customers. She travels to meet them. So we know about the customer's problem before the customer can verbalize them. And that is how, when we walk in, we are trying to understand their needs. And before they know what solutions they look for, we come back, we create a solution, we patent it, or we keep it proprietary, and we deliver a product to them. And that is how we are always ahead of the game, because we are smaller, we are nimble, we are customer focused, and we are listening to what the customer needs are before he knows what his solutions are out there in the market.
Final question, the essential value proposition. Why should an investor take an interest in FatPipe right now?
Because in multiple surveys, independent surveys like Gartner, we were always rated the #1 product and the #1 service. We provide white glove service, we manage the network, and so the funding, the going public, helps us spread the word to larger base of customers.
Bhaskar, thank you for being on our show today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, to get more information on FatPipe, visit fatninfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like FatPipe. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small-cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. And also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly our client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can also order your copy of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book written by RedChip CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Order your copy on Amazon today for just $18. Before we move forward, let's take a look at RedChat, a revolutionary AI chatbot for small-cap stock analysis.
For 32 years, RedChip has been discovering tomorrow's blue chips today with early research on Starbucks, Celsius, Daktronics, Winnebago, and more. Now we bring you RedChat, an innovative AI solution which gives you answers in seconds on over 2,000 small-cap stocks listed on the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. Visit redchip.com today and use RedChat, your AI small-cap assistant. RedChat.
Now, let's move on to our next interview today with Foremost Clean Energy. Hi, today we have Jason Barnard, President and CEO of Foremost Clean Energy, which trades on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol FMST. Jason, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Craig.
Tell us about Foremost.
Thanks. Foremost Clean Energy is a high-grade uranium exploration and development company which has assets in northern Saskatchewan in the prolific Athabasca Basin. 10 properties, discovery-ready, drill-ready properties in the Athabasca Basin, which is often referred to as the Saudi Arabia of uranium because of its high grades, sometimes 10 to 100 times the grades in the rest of the world. Foremost Clean Energy also has a partner, Denison Mines, who is a strategic shareholder that owns 20% of the company. We did a transformational deal with Denison for these 10 properties. They have taken two seats on our board, including the CEO of Denison Mines, the $1.5 billion uranium developer. We are drilling and exploring with our recent $10.5 million financing. Denison took $1.8 million of that. We together are backed by Denison technically and financially, and I look forward to delivering news. We recently had news where we hit in our inaugural drill program on a step-out discovery at Hatchet Lake, and we will be spending $6.5 million fully financed drilling this year on our 10 properties.
Jason, let me ask now about small modular reactors, SMRs. They are gaining traction as a scalable clean energy solution. How is Foremost positioning itself to capture this powerful trend, and what role would uranium play in enabling that future?
Greg, uranium is the fuel that goes into nuclear power, small nuclear reactors, and nuclear power plants. And nuclear power is one of the biggest megatrends on the planet. It's going to grow exponentially because of AI and tech companies with their data-hungry data centers. So it's in vogue. There's a bit of a renaissance in nuclear power, and how Foremost will benefit its shareholders is by delivering on that demand. So we know the demand is going to go. And what we will do is we will add to the supply chain of uranium and bring that on stream in order to meet that demand and make money for our shareholders.
You mentioned the Athabasca Basin in Saskatchewan, yet that is one of the world's richest uranium districts. And of course, Foremost has assembled one of the largest uranium exploration portfolios there. How does the partnership with Denison Mines, that $2 billion uranium developer, help de-risk the investment opportunity for shareholders?
Well, the collaboration with Denison Mines greatly de-risks for investors investment into Foremost because it gives us that credibility. It also gives us technical help, so technically and financially. Denison Mines is a deep-pocketed uranium developer, and they have $350 million in cash and cash equivalents. Recently, we did a $10.5 million financing. They took $1.8 million of that financing. So they're going to be there keeping us financed to keep the drills turning as we are going to be their exploration arm on the NASDAQ, and we will be in charge of delivering their next discovery and next mine.
Now, Jason, research shows that there is a structural deficit in the uranium commodity. Could you speak to the broader uranium opportunity and explain to us why Foremost Clean Energy is well positioned for investors today?
Well, Greg, uranium is in a secular bull market. Uranium that supplies the fuel for nuclear power is currently in a supply deficit. There's a need for about 160 million pounds, and we're only producing about 120 pounds. So there's a structural supply deficit. Uranium has moved up about 150% in the last 3 years, but I feel it's just in the first inning of its secular bull market. So great timing for any new investors. And what you will see with the Denison Mines, they're bringing production in the Athabasca Basin, and with us, we will bring in discoveries for their pipeline of discoveries.
Jason, what catalysts can investors expect over the next 6 to 12 months?
Well, catalysts have a lot to do with drilling. That's where we create value for investors. So most recently, we hit a discovery in uranium mineralization in our step out, 15-meter intersection. Recently, historically, we have had from previous drill programs 2% on those properties. We stepped out and we hit a discovery. So watch for drilling. We have a $6.5 million drill program, fully financed, so there won't be any dilutive financings coming up for drilling. And watch throughout the year for drilling. Also, watch for headlines because we know the Trump administration likes nuclear power, and watch for more big spends by high-tech companies as they try to get ready for those data centers. And we start to see that come back on the scene once the tariffs have settled in and once the DeepSeek has settled in. You'll see there'll be lots of headlines that create tailwinds in the uranium and the nuclear power sector.
Final question, Jason. What's the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in Foremost Clean Energy right now?
Well, the value proposition is you have so many tailwinds. You have uranium in a secular bull market, uranium with a structural supply deficit. So great tailwinds. You have drilling. So the value, when you hit a discovery in the Athabasca Basin, you're surrounded by mines, you're surrounded by infrastructure. They've been mining there since the 1960s. We're about to keep drilling. We hit on Hatchet. We're going to drill Murphy Lake. Murphy Lake is within proximity of the highest uranium graded mine or deposit in the world. And that being ISO Energy's Hurricane deposit. That is 48 million pounds of 34.5% uranium. If you want to compare that to the rest of the world, the average percentage in the world is 0.2. So you can see what we're looking for there. So pay attention to drilling, pay attention to highlights in the uranium space and a move in the commodity.
We certainly will, Jason. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Now, to get more information on Foremost Clean Energy, visit fmstinfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like Foremost Clean Energy. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small-cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly our client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can order Small Stocks, Big Money. This is a book written by RedChip CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon for $18. Now let's recap the companies featured today. First, you met FatPipe Incorporated, FATN on the NASDAQ. FatPipe is a pioneer in secure, software-defined networking technologies that simplify and fortify enterprise connectivity. The company develops and markets enterprise-class software solutions, including software-defined wide-area networking, secure access service edge, and network monitoring services that enable customers to unify, secure, and optimize their digital infrastructure across cloud, hybrid, and on-premise environments. Learn more at www.fatninfo.com. Then, you met Foremost Clean Energy, FMST on the NASDAQ. Foremost Clean Energy is a rapidly growing North American uranium exploration company holding an option to earn up to a 70% interest in 10 underexplored properties from Denison Mines. The portfolio spans more than 330,000 acres within a prospective area of the Athabasca Basin surrounded by high-grade deposits. Driven by the resurgent nuclear renaissance, Foremost is dedicated to realizing the full potential of its projects, actively exploring in collaboration with Denison. Foremost also has a portfolio of lithium projects at varying stages of development, which are located across more than 55,000 acres in Manitoba and Quebec. Learn more at www.fmstinfo.com. Don't forget to check out our stocks page. It is the biggest small-cap stock portal in the industry. It has every company listed on the NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange with a market capitalization of $2 billion or less, and it is categorized by industries. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small-cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. Also, be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter and learn about a lot of small-cap companies. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly our client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, if you have any questions about any of our public companies featured on today's show, call us at 1-800-RedChip or email us at info@redchip.com. In closing, remember, while small-cap stocks can provide significant gains, you must be prepared for the downside. Small-cap stocks are among the most volatile of asset classes. Some of the companies featured on this show are RedChip client companies, and we may own stock in these companies, so please, always read our disclosures at redchip.com. Thank you for being with us today. We'll see you next week with some new, exciting emerging growth companies.
RedChip. We build investor audiences for small cap companies, retail and institutional. 33 years, thousands of clients. We are experts in messaging, national TV ad campaigns, investor webinars, digital media, reaching hundreds of thousands of investors. RedChip. We do it well, we do it right, we do it big. RedChip. Call us or email us today.
Hello, I'm Barry Quart, the CEO of Connect Biopharma, CNTB on the NASDAQ. We're a company focused on developing products for inflammatory diseases, and we're currently developing rademikibart, which is a second generation IL-4 antibody, which means that it's a second generation to Dupixent, a highly successful biologic that's used for a multitude of indications. Our primary focus is asthma and COPD, And the unique attribute of rademikibart is the speed of onset, where we see benefit to patient's airway within 24 hours of administration. This allows us to benefit patients having acute exacerbations. 1 million asthma patients and over 1.3 million COPD patients go to the emergency room every year with acute exacerbations. And they're receiving the same treatment that they would have received over 20 years ago, with really no new drugs being developed in this space. This gives us the opportunity to be in an extremely important area for patient care and commercial opportunity with really no competition. Connect will be putting out important information over the course of the next year with an initiation of 2 important phase 2 trials, and we anticipate data from those trials in the first half of next year. The real value proposition here is moving into basically wide open opportunity with significant unmet need and large numbers of patients. You can learn more about Connect at connectbiopharma.com, and we'll be very excited to provide additional information. Thank you.